Life teaches you to be strong, but all by yourself. When I first heard this quote, it literally hit me and made me to think. Have you ever stared at your reflection, eyes clouded with questions, and whispered to yourself, why does it always have to be this hard? Have you ever felt the weight of the world pressing so firmly on your chest that even breathing felt like a chore? It's in those moments, the darkest hours, the silences too loud to bear, that life reveals its harshest truth. You have to learn to stand alone. But let me tell you something. This truth is not a punishment. It is a gift. One you might not ask for, one you might never want, but one that reshapes you entirely. It doesn't come wrapped in ribbons or accompanied by applause. It comes in shards, in shattered plans, in lonely nights, and in the whispered realization that no one can save you but yourself. You see, life doesn't coddle. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't ask for permission before throwing challenges your way. People leave, promises break, dreams crumble, and you're left holding the pieces, wondering how you'll ever put them back together. But here's the secret. You do. You will. You'll learn that strength isn't about avoiding the fall. It's about finding the courage to rise again, even when no one is there to extend a hand. Let's be honest. There's a certain kind of loneliness that comes with self-reliance. It's not the kind that stems from being alone in a room, but the kind that stems from knowing you have to be your own hero. That no matter how many people surround you, at the end of the day, your battles are yours alone to fight. And while that thought might feel heavy, it's also incredibly liberating. Because once you realize you can endure the storm on your own, you'll never be afraid of the rain again. Think back to the moments that broke you. Remember the heartache that left you gasping for air, the failures that made you question your worth, the nights you cried until there was nothing left. In those moments, you felt weak, didn't you? Fragile, defeated. But here you are now, breathing, living, fighting. Maybe not unscathed, maybe with scars you'll carry forever, but stronger than you were before. Because that's what life does. It teaches you, through pain, through loss, through solitude, that strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. There's a quiet beauty in realizing your own strength. It's not loud or boastful. It doesn't demand recognition. It's in the way you get out of bed when the weight of the world begs you to stay under the covers. It's in the way you face each day, knowing full well that it might knock you down again. It's in the way you keep going, even when no one is watching, even when no one understands. But let me also tell you this. Being strong doesn't mean you never feel weak. It doesn't mean you never cry or break or scream into the void. It doesn't mean you never ask for help or lean on others when you need to. Strength is not the absence of vulnerability. It's the ability to embrace it without letting it define you. Sometimes, life will test you in ways that feel cruel. It will strip away everything you thought you needed, everything you thought you couldn't live without. Friends will drift away. Relationships will end, plans will fall apart, and you'll feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff with no safety net to catch you. But in that free fall, you'll discover something miraculous. You can fly. The truth is, we're all stronger than we think we are. Life forces us to find that strength, to dig deeper than we ever thought possible. And as much as we may hate it, as much as we may curse the universe for its relentless lessons, we emerge on the other side transformed, not invincible, not unbreakable, but resilient, capable of withstanding the storms and finding beauty in the aftermath. So when you feel like you're at your breaking point, when it seems like the world is conspiring against you, remember this. Every hardship, every struggle, every moment of despair is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Life doesn't teach us to be strong because it wants to see us suffer. It teaches us to be strong because it knows we're capable of so much more than we realize. You're going to have days when the loneliness feels unbearable, when the silence screams louder than any noise, when you question why it has to be so hard. And in those moments, I want you to remember this. You've made it through every bad day you've ever had. You've survived every storm, every heartbreak, every setback, and you will survive this too. Life teaches you to be strong because it knows you can be. It pushes you, challenges you, breaks you down, not to defeat you, but to rebuild you, stronger, wiser, braver. And while the journey might be painful, the destination is worth it. Because at the end of the day, when you've faced it all and come out the other side, you'll look in the mirror and see not someone who was broken, but someone who refused to stay broken. And that's the kind of strength no one can take away from you.